Hi everybody, Adam here. Welcome back. In today's video, we are continuing our journey in Mini Motorways, taking on the Big Apple, New York City. Looks like this is going to be another level featuring train, and looking at the scores, crazy how high the average scores are on this level. I think in order to get into top 10%-ish, which is kind of what I like to try to aim for, we're going to have to be well over 3,000, I would assume, probably getting closer to 4. Not sure how easy or hard that will be, but let's dive in and see how it goes. Always interesting to see what the opening bits of the level look like. So I assume this is like Central Park. I guess we can head up and around the park. It's a little wavy, but always like to try. I mean, we could probably come in this side over here, but I don't know what color they're going to fill that in with. Ultimately, if you're not aware, what we're trying to do here is deliver cars from houses to various businesses. We had the train station there. We've got a little mall store complex here. Let's bring this around like that. Trying to keep things separated by color as much as we can, just to avoid any extra traffic or sort of delays for the vehicles. So car goes to the business, picks up the little grocery bag there, and then brings it back, and we get a score. This red can probably bring around the outside there. Got some winding roads already, but everything's kind of separate where possible. It's nice to be able to separate even by color, just by the store that they're going to or the business, or in this case, the railway station over there. Can see the delay though as the car waits for the train to go by, so not ideal. I think we're going to ultimately need more than one house going to this red-orange. But see here what the game gives us. Thing is going okay so far. Can see we've already got 2 bridges. I assume this is going to be a bridge heavy level. I guess we'll go, I don't know if there's much use in traffic lights, so let's go with the roundabout. I assume the volume of people traveling is going to really pick up towards the mid-game. Let's pause. We've got purple now wanting to come to the train station as well. Maybe it's going to be best. So I guess we can kind of leave that. I just don't think we need, in order to keep things separate-ish, it's probably going to be easier if we have the purples come in this way. Who knows what the game is going to generate in here. Might be, I wonder if it's going to be worth just marking off a few bits just so that we don't get anything too weird going on. We can always reclaim those later. So, then theoretically the reds and the purples are intertwining a little bit here, but I'm not too worried about that because they're both going to the same store. It's just parking lot chaos. They shouldn't have to go on the roads too much together. Interesting. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where the next set of things start to spawn. Okay, so we've got an IMAX or a bigger movie theater area here now, or an arena. So we've got the second red house going in there. We're probably going to need more. I don't think two is going to be sufficient, but two for that and one for the railway is probably the optimal split for that at the time being. And we'll see what, see, unfortunate that purple had to slow down there for the train. It's all pretty quiet, not too much craziness yet. Usually when you start to feel that, then that's when the game starts to throw curveballs at you. Kind of interested to see what the bigger form of the map is going to look like. I'm curious to see just how many bridges we're going to end up having to use as we move around the sort of totality of the map. Almost done another week. Take 30 road tiles, I guess. We've got a ton of road at the moment, but it's not a bad thing. We usually can find uses for it at some point. What is the game going to spawn next? Another purple. That's pretty safe. Oh, okay, we've got the green store upgraded now to the arena. Let's do that. Not ideal, but the bulk of the purple houses being down at this end, like I really need the two or three for this particular store over here, and then the rest can service like the one could just service the railway. But I don't think this will cause too much traffic difficulty. Everything continues to proceed in a reasonable way. Do have a building demand over here at the red orangey sort of arena. Would like another house or two in that color would be ideal to have connected in there. But everything's pretty reasonable at the moment. Like I say, makes me slightly worried. We'll see where it all go. Oh, yes, good. We've got a motorway. That will be super helpful. Nothing that we really need it for yet. So we'll kind of keep it. But yeah, you can see this map opening up. Like we've got 3 bodies of land in the water there that are probably going to need to be hooked in at some point. Everything's pretty chill though. I feel like we don't have a lot of room for stores to go in at the moment. That's a really nice place for that red. I'm sure the game would spawn more for, yeah, we're probably gonna get something down here soon. But I think filling up a few of these little gaps here has just made sure that we don't end up with any extra weird businesses or houses of popping up. It's keeping things quieter for a little bit here. Which, like I said, I won't complain. The game, I'm gonna kick it up to higher speed here, but the game will get crazy. It's just a matter of when, not if. So I'll enjoy any bits of peace that we get. We're up to almost 100 journeys completed. Almost another week completed. We'll take a bridge, I think, and 20 road tiles. The 3 bridges, I feel like that's going to be super useful. That's slightly awkward. Not horrible though. I feel like we can go, well, I feel like we can take this out a little bit. And then I think we can do motorway. That's not what I wanted. Well, let's put this up here and then drag it down to there. I think that'll be pretty reasonable. That is our big collection of purple houses at the moment. Or I guess it's more pink than purple, but okay. Now things are going to get interesting. So we've got this orangey red color. So we'll bring that over like that. That's still not bad. We can kick it up into higher speed then, and we'll pause. Oh, look at that. Right away, we'll pause. Because I think we've got lots of little things happening. So we can bring that over there. Don't think I want to try to pull the green into that middle. I think we can just wait and see if we get another. There's probably going to be something else green that's popping up. We can put that at an angle, but that's fine. Another house for there. Ugh. Okay, let's pause that. So we've got yellow very inconveniently positioned. What do we want to do? Can we, what if we were to do this? Let's see. Can this go, okay, through there? So if we take, so basically trying to keep everything separate to avoid the roads intermingling too much. I don't want different colors of traffic on the roads, but this gets us, we still have our orangey connecting in here for the train. The purples can still get here, purpley pink, and then the purpley pinks can come around the back to get over to this store. The yellows can go there, the orange is there. Yeah, I figure we're going to get something over here pretty quick as well. Oh, we got the orangey IMAX. We got another yellow. It's not bad. Still all feels very reasonable. We've still got 23 road tiles left, 3 bridges. Keep it at fast speed here. Okay, end of the week. I guess we're gonna go with bridge again in 20. It's gonna give us 4 bridges. Lots of road, but keeping it at the fast, we'll kind of zip through till like we get something more going on. I feel like everything's pretty functional at the moment. So there we go. We got a green store over here. It's not bad though. Couple houses to deal with that. 3 houses to deal with that. Not a bad place for those houses to exist. Don't know that I love that green being there. Guess we can join that up for the time being. Don't love having 2 of our bridges going to serve the one store, but there's a bunch of these green houses spawning in. There's a lot of these greenhouses. It looks like this water's only on the edge here. We're gonna get a spot here at the edge where we can loop around. That might be useful. Another motorway, yes please. We will take that. That is an awkward spot. So I think we can take, I just want to move that green around so that we don't intermingle these too much. But I feel like we can probably put another motorway in like here. Bring it over to there. It's a little awkward, but I don't think it's horrible. Yeah, everything still works pretty well. Because this seems like where all the pinky purpley houses are going to spawn anyway. Okay, now we've got a yellow arena. That's just awkwardly placed because it wants, how do we get these yellows around to that? How indeed. What if can we do this? Can we go, try to make the road look semi-neat. Actually, can we just go straight in there? Can probably make that look slightly nicer. So that way the yellows still go through to the arena and the oranges go around to get to this place. So nobody's crisscrossing, no intermingling of colors. That's an awkward spot for that orange up there, but we'll see. Maybe I think we can just add that green store in there. Blue can come over. Oh, that's annoying. Grab that. Maybe we won't be quite as all over the place with the road. Doesn't help. I just know as soon as I take these out, we're going to end up with some weird spawns. So if we do, that's going to go there. If this comes down here, can we make this what I want? Motorway is in an awkward spot. Let's grab a few more road pieces because basically what I'm looking to do, those three can help that place right there, and then these guys can come over. Well, eventually, these guys can all come over and help that one. So that gives 3 for this one here, and it gives 4 or 5 potentially for that one. Maybe that puts us in an okay spot. Yeah, we're getting lots of the... Actually, I'm curious. What if we put the... Yeah, we still need more. I guess I could go and take that. I think that gets us everything. Once those come out, we should be able to hook up that other blue. It's not bad. Yay, another motorway. We'll take another motorway. That seems very useful. Another pink house there. Oranges, orangey reds are doing okay. Yeah, I think everything's in an okay spot. We just have to see whether we need more greens for this arena up here. Because we could definitely get more there if we need to. That's not what I want. Ugh, okay, let's stop that for a sec. Yeah, we could use more roads, couldn't we? How do we... What do we want to do? How do we get this best situated? We have both. If we have both of those sets of blues all coming through the one way, come on, blue car, so that we can fill that roadway in. Okay, so that goes there. and that goes there, although I want it to be like that. It's not like a hard right angle. Okay, we need more road. So if we bring that into there, so we've got 5 going that way. That should be more than enough. Bring this as our 3rd motorway over to there. I think that hopefully connects everything in a reasonable way. We've got more yellow if we need it. More green as well if we need it. Up over 400 trips. That's a good milestone. Still a long ways from where we want to be. We still got 2 bridges. Let's take the full 30 road tiles. I feel like that is going to be useful. Don't know that we need that green wired in there, but I think it'll be useful. Now this yellow is awkwardly positioned. Maybe, what do we want to do? How do we want to get this around? Yeah, it's just a little awkward, I guess, but maybe, that's going to be a little awkward because that we're going to end up with yellows crisscrossing over the blue. Yeah, we need more road. Need more road. I don't think we've got any more. I don't think we have any more at the moment. But we could just take a bit of road back from here. Let's not do the zigzaggy road. That's not going to be amazing. That should meet the demand of that, I think. Roundabout should keep it fairly reasonable. Cruising on up into the 500s. Pretty happy with how it's all going. Yes, we'll take a motorway. We've got so many yellows over here. I mean, it's kind of funny, but we could do We could do this. World's shortest motorway. Bring this back in. Going to want these to go maybe that way at some point, those yellows there. Feel like that keeps things fairly reasonable. Orange. Why is that orange? Orange, orange, orange. I love where those yellow houses are. No, don't connect there. Blue is gone to be an arena now. Still haven't gotten that road back. Why haven't we gotten that road back? Because you're coming out of there? Yes, that is what it is. Yeah, so we can do that, but now it still doesn't help us with the oranges. What are we gonna do? So we've got 4 feeding into that, 4 into that. I mean, we can basically take that out. Are we gonna, no, good, another motorway. Okay, let's pause that. Let's take that to there. I guess we do the motorway again over here. Can we make this more efficient? If we take the motorway from there and down to there, I feel like that's doable. That pink, just kind of awkwardly placed. Yeah, because I Can't nicely get that in there. What if we took this back? Just trying to find ways that I can actually move this stuff around. Only got one bridge. Only got one bridge. What do we want? Yeah, we don't have any more bridges, so maybe those aren't super useful compared to how much they're taking up. Can't even get this one anywhere, this orange one. An ugly map. Ugly, ugly, ugly. What if... I mean, we should. Let's see, we've got, between the two places here, we've got 6 blues. Yes, messy, messy, messy. Let's bring... Let's bring those yellows that way. Then let's bring these blues this way. Let's bring you that way then. That still doesn't help us get this orange anywhere useful. But maybe we're heading in a better direction. I mean, it's hard to believe we're only at 700 score, 700 journeys. Not a lot. Bring that back one just so that I can free up one little bit of road to go in there. I like these pinky red ones down here because I feel like maybe we can get a motorway back over there. Nothing's on fire, is it? I don't think anything's on fire. But I definitely see some opportunities. I think things are opening up for us. So many orange houses all of a sudden. We want 30 road tiles. So let's pause this for a sec. So we do actually have a bridge. So if we bring that pink through to there, that should let us get back that motorway, which is nice, and that clears up a little bit of chaos. over this way, then I think what we really want is we don't want all of this. It's chaos here. But instead, if we took the we do that, then we can bring all of these oranges in there. So now we've gone from 2 oranges to 5, which should be way better for that. We do need to get the more of the pinky purple ones over here to this store. But that should be, oops, don't do that. Don't accidentally delete road. Let's run it for a few minutes, see if we can get our motorway back. Come on, motorway. We need you. Yeah, that looks a lot calmer. So if we oh, we still don't have the motorway. Why don't we have the motorway? There, now we have the motorway. So if we go down to our motorway and pull that up, and we say go from there up to, no, I don't want, that's fine. I don't want the motorway to be doing whatever weird thing you were trying to have it do. To there. That will let all of these houses support that, as well as supporting that. So that should be fine. We've got a lot of blue up here, which can still support those. We've got this group of blues here, which is ready to help out. So what is the orange situation over here? We don't need to have that many feeding into the train station. So that would be 1, 2, 3 there, and then it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6 there. So we can probably just bring you like that. We can leave this orange because it's nowhere useful at the moment. I think that puts us in a better spot. A lot of crazy stuff moving around, but I think we're way better than we were. This orange arena over here should calm down because we're sending through a ton of places. This is awkward. But we should be able to handle you over here as well, I feel. Crossed 1,000. Getting more orange down here. It's not really that helpful. It would be nice to have another. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I really don't want to run oranges back through this pinky purple, but we could. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Let's let things run a little and see where the chaos is. Yellow isn't super useful there. A bridge in 20? I think we want a bridge in 20 if we can get away with it. I think that would be nice. Now the green is turned into an arena up there. Still feel like we're doing okay. We got a lot of things that we're sending all over the place. A lot of vehicles going every which way. Almost at 1200. Got lots of places that we could feed in. Would be nice to get another motorway, I think. Now that's become an arena IMAX as well. We do have 6 houses going to that, so I think that should be fine. We got another one here. Should be able to wire you into that. Almost the end of the week again. Over 1300. Let's take a motorway. What? What needs help? Or is everything okay? An orange here that can go up there. So I think we could use this motorway. Down to there. So I think those 3 houses will help keep this arena IMAX situation under control. We need more blues, but we were prepared for that. So we should be able to bring extra to bear to help with that. 28, so we can even bring this guy up into there. The blue all of a sudden became the major pain point. How did that all of a sudden go so crazy? And then the traffic is just, oh, so we're going to lose because the traffic is so bad. 'Cause there's so many cars bottled up there. $1,546, that doesn't feel wonderful. It feels like a fraction of what we should have been getting to. Unlock challenges, I guess that's a good thing. Yeah, we're bottom 35%. That's horrible. Let's see if we can do this one more time and bring some more score to bear. So we'll bring that in there. I don't love Yes, you don't need to squiggle the line. It's annoying how it does that sometimes. Let's go like that. Yeah, naturally. Straighten those roads out. Good old mouse roads zigzagging across the map. And so then let's bump the speed up. Make this go faster. Okay, wait a sec. So that, do I want to? Let's go like that. You can feed 2 houses to the store and then 1 to the railway station. See if we can get a better set of roads to start here to set us up for the late game so things don't go crazy once the traffic really starts to set in. So let's go on to an arena. If we, curious, let's put this in here and then bring it down there. Think that'll be more efficient. What are we? That's got to go there. Yeah, that's got to go there. What an awful place for a little house to spawn. But anyways, we'll use that bridge for now. We'll get it back if we need to later. Lots of road tiles. Let's do it. The nice thing about the roundabout there, I think that like the train station will pick up over time, but lets everything stay on the same road path. Let's take that around. Yeah, let's all those orangey reds stay on the same road feeding both places. So depending on where demand is, they can go either way. Because especially early, the train station doesn't have a lot going on. It's awkward that that pink is on the other side of the tracks. Let's get a motorway because it'd be nice to have one of those ready for when we need it. A roundabout could be useful for these pinks as well. That's slightly annoying. I mean, I guess for now, let's just run that in like that, but I don't know what's going to be on this side of that complex. So many reds. So many reds, but still feel like this is the way probably to have it set up. And there's some options for how we could change this. I could theoretically bring a motorway off of the roundabout here if need be. Let's grab another bridge. Motorway off of there over to here and then feed to both the red store and the arena if need be. Lets us skip out on crossing the railway tracks there and opens up an access point for whatever color is the other tenant in this shopping complex over here. What might actually be, because I can already see this is going to be chaos, but let's see if we can. What if we make some changes to optimize this? So if we put, let's say, the roundabout there, you go there, you come off here and then come up to there, and then we could come down here and over to there, and we could put the motorway. Oh, it can't connect to the. I'll do that because I think that's going to be the most. That'll be the quietest side of that roundabout. Naturally, then we end up with yellows. Let's take the bridge and the 20. Let's bring this. And then that's awkward. I really want you to come that way so that you can go up there. You should come down like that, like that. So then you guys can come across. I think that's fixed, that green one. And then if we go, we've got another bridge. We can come across here for the orange. Literal chaos. This is going to be bonkers. But anyways, I think it is actually moderately efficient, useful. We shall see, I guess. Yellow's got to get around. It's not bad though. It's a good pocket of yellows. It's just they've got a lot to go on there. A motorway in 10 is probably the useful thing there. So we probably want okay, so I deleted all of that. So if we delete that, bring this all the way back. And then we should be able to take the motorway, put it on there, and then bring that over to there. Because then we should be able to take this. Oh, because it doesn't have a bridge yet. Okay. How are we? I guess ideally we'd go around that. Let's see, that should make the yellows fairly efficient. Those blues should start going there. And the pinks need to come up. I guess I think we've got the roads to make this work. No, not that. Maybe we don't need that initially. Grab a motorway. Well, motorway. I think a motorway is always useful. Always the best choice if you can. So maybe what if we went and brought this via a motorway up to there? And then we should be able to take that across to there. So that at least gives it some customers initially. This gives it a couple. That's not bad. So I think then what I should probably do before we get any issues cropping up over here is we should probably get these three into that network there. And then if we bring these guys up there, can use those three then for that store. What the heck is that doing there? So then if we bring that back. So let's run this forward so we can adjust the bridge in 20 is probably what we need. So we take those to there. Uh, that yellow is not super useful there, is it? Don't think I can optimize that without wasting a bridge. What if can we go this way? Yeah, do that. So that takes those blues around and lets us bring these yellows over. I don't love this because now we're going to have this weird little crossover bit here, but at least it lets me get a few customers to the yellow to start with. Oh, good grief. Good grief. Why so many yellows that are not that useful? A house cannot be directly connected to a bridge. Yeah, makes sense. Then why did you spawn it there, game? What a horrible place for a thing to spawn. And then there's the orange there under the freeway by the greens. An awful, awful spot. Yeah, I feel like we're going to need to get this connected here before long, but see if we can get to the end of the week and then run it through with hopefully some more, a motorway and 10. I feel like I need 30 though. I think I need just a lot of road tiles. Actually, let's bring that in there. Yeah, it's all turning a little chaotic. Mostly worried about this yellow-blue mess right here. But let's just see, I guess. Orange is getting an arena there, so that's going to be a lot of orange demand. Still not too bad. I do now wish that I had a motorway, because I probably need to make this blue area over here more efficient. The pinks are getting, they've got an arena, so that's going to be a lot of traffic. Kind of surviving, I just don't know. Roundabout in 20. Where would we put said roundabout? We could use the roundabout here to try to ease this, but maybe we don't need to. Oh, that's annoying. That is annoying. What the heck are we going to do for that? How am I going to get oranges? It's two oranges over here, but it's not super... I don't feel like that's super useful-ish. Maybe it is. 44 road, so we can get these to probably go far enough to connect. If we put what if you guys went into there, and what if you went into there, and then you were into there, and then you came down there. And maybe we can just do that. Maybe that's simpler. Though I think we lose the traffic benefits if we let's go like that. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. What's the worst that could happen? So then we need to really bring this, I guess, just straight up. And if we bring you through, all wobbly like now, we can be, let's be nice about it here. Straight across into there. Yeah, I can't be fancy about it. It's got to just go in and in. Unfortunate, but maybe that will get us what we need in the short term. Let's connect that so this yellow can be relevant over here, theoretically. We've got the blue here. Not orange connected in there. These, you guys aren't going to be useful that way. Don't go that way. Blue is the crazy again. Let's take the 30 road tiles because I feel like that's what we need. Oh, I guess you can connect onto that. That's ugly, but I guess we can take you both down that way. We're messed up by blue again. Blue's so crazy. I don't think ironic is the word, but it is crazy just how I can't get you through there. What are we going to do? Don't think that helps any. How do we get blue? That's helpful, but can we get, I almost want, can I get enough road to bring that into play? I don't know that I can. We're at the end of the week. Motorways, motorway better here or 30? I feel like I need the 30 road tiles because I just feel like we need to do some things here. Does this make things any better? I think it was slightly better until the red screwed everything up. Orange, I guess, not red, but you're gonna go into there. And I just have to live with the fact that those interconnect because there's no real way for me to do anything different at the moment. Oh, what you there? Because what I really want to do I don't know if that's enough blues to actually make this work. A motorway would be very helpful. Okay, so I think what we want is we want a motorway there, and we want it to go all the way up to there, because then that can theoretically mean that we can just reclaim all of this. Whoops, that's not what we wanted. Let's see what is going on with that motorway. Motorway, what are you doing? Are we just going to end up fizzling at this again? Yeah, we're just going to end up messed up again at 1500. Basically just where we were the last time, and it was blue again. Well, we're going to try one more time to make this do what we want it to do, because it does not feel like it should be. Actually, we do, yeah. Let's do this the right way that we want. This does not feel like it should be as bad as it seemingly is. If we keep everything moving super fast, let's see just how quickly we can get back to that point. So then we've got, oh, let's bring you straight in there. It's funny, that's just a real choke point. Right around 1500 is where, if you don't have it set up, I imagine if you manage to get through that 1500 point, it things are coming so fast that you can really shoot up. I imagine like the 1500 to 3000 goes much quicker, much easier. Grab the roundabout and the tiles. Zip along, zip, zip, zip. I want lots of road. Probably cannot have too much road in this one. Don't love that. How? I know where we can take the, oh, if we got it, we can do it now. So let's do it from here. Didn't want to, I know you can't go straight from the house to the bridge, but I wanted some roadway in between those two just so that we can run other vehicles ideally through there in the future, connect other houses. Let's grab the 30 road tiles. Yeah, those train crossings are annoying. So we want to be able to go to either the, oh, they've made it an arena already. So we can go to both the railway station and the arena relatively easily, saving up lots of road tiles. It's not bad. I can see it would be nice to be able to do a crossing there that did not involve just going straight across and having the delay. Let's take the motorway so that we're ready when we need it. All right, let's pause for that because that's an awful place for that to spawn. We want to bring that up and around. You can go there and you can probably go there. Then you can come down that way. I think that'll keep everything moving. It gives us another red, orange for that guy there. You can probably come down here. And I'm tempted to go like this. And then just run a motorway over to there. Let's fire that back up. So I think that'll just make things much more optimal. Let's take the bridge. It's getting rid of that delay over the railway tracks is going to be huge, I think. That is an annoying place for the yellow. We can make that, actually, let's back that up. Yellow can connect there, so we only need the one bridge because we went skip this little island in the middle. So I feel like everything's running fairly well. Then we get that, of course, which is unfortunate. Okay, so I guess what we're going to do for now, we're going to go like that. We're going to go like that. I won't keep it like that long term, but that will save me a little bit of grief in the short term. It's an awful place for that green to spawn. So annoying. So we got another bridge. So theoretically, we should be able to come up here and across. I don't like the... Yeah, that's better. Let's disconnect that. So that should run with more efficiency. Oh, why is that green pointed up there? It's annoying. That's all not too bad, and that is it's annoying. Motorway is reasonable, so if we take I guess we can take the motorway from here up to here for now. Let's run that for the moment before we decide on anything for this greenhouse here. We can do that onto there. I kind of feel like we can probably get away with just the two going that way for now. And then if we could get another bridge, we could probably bring these over here. Really like the map to extend like that. That's working, I think. I've got an orange here to hook into the network. This green needs to come up to there. A motorway or a bridge? Motorway or a bridge? Let's go bridge. And an angle for that up there. Hook those pink ones into there. Don't know where these greens are going to need to go. We've got those ready. when if they do need to be taken somewhere. That's ugly. Love that position for that new green. The game is being cruel. Yellow into there. Bridge and 20. I feel like we need the 20. Let's do the 20. I feel like road tiles are super valuable at the moment. So I'd kind of like to take this out. So if we get that bridge back, we should be able to cross the gap here. Like that. Then we have blues there. What are we going to do? I guess for now we're going to do that. We can supply both of those blues, but we're going to need let's just go to the top. Now we're out of roads, and that's okay. Yellow, why the heck does yellow need to go there? That is annoying. Back this up. Because this 10 is not going to be enough. Oh, it is, okay. Do a little bit of ugliness to see if we can keep this going long enough to rectify. Yeah, let's get a motorway. Let's take you guys. Let's take you guys over to there, which means that we can take this back. So I feel like that should it'll only clean things up slightly, but I think that will be a positive change. I don't know why you're there, red, but it's not a super useful, or orange, I guess. Not a super useful spot for you. And then we've got pinks here and an also not super useful spot. bridge in 20 or a motorway in 10? Let's take the motorway and let's pause for a second. What can we do? We take that down to there. Then we take this back. We take a motorway from there over to there. That should simplify things. I feel like that's a positive change. Yeah, I feel like we need more reds in there as well. Need more reds into that middle area. This run you there. Okay, we'll pause. What's going on? Red, what are you doing? Let's bring that to there. This, don't keep zigzagging. Yeah, that should be fine. So that gives us 3 reds to that one. So I feel like we've got enough for this one. I think an extra one helping this guy out won't be bad. I feel like we could do that as well. Save ourselves some road there. Getting these yellows into the game would probably be worthwhile. Road tiles, always useful. 900. Heading towards our 1500 point, which is always a choke point. I feel like we've got lots of blues. There's lots of demand, but there should be a ton of blues coming over here. Is this our surge? This could be our surge here. I feel like we're keeping up at the moment with the blues. That's an annoying place for an orangey red. What exactly were you hoping I would do with that? So let's take a motorway. Let's pause for a sec. So you guys are going to go there. So 4 of you can probably keep up with that. What are you guys going to do? How do I get you out of there? So annoying when you get these spots. So who's coming to this guy here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 that are doing both that and that. So what if we went and we did that? We took that back. If we put you there. These yellows are probably more than dealing with that. Is there a way I can get these yellows over here actually being useful? Useful, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it. I'm tempted to connect that for the time being, just to let, because this isn't a huge draw at the moment. Feel like that. Okay, what do we got? What are you doing now, game? It's not a horrible spot. We have 4 coming from there. Let's pause this for a sec. Pause for a sec. We can probably run you 2 over there. We do that. I think that gives us what we need. I think that maximizes all of the houses. I really, oh wow, okay, that's unfortunate. That is a lot. Yeah, because I don't have the 2. Let's just wait and see. Maybe it won't be as bad as it seems. Another motorway? Probably need another motorway. Pause for a second and see. I mean, what we need to do, most likely, is we probably need to, well, let's do this. Let's that like that. But if we go and delete this back to there, and we put our motorway there up to there, that should take the train out of the equation, which I think will be useful because then we don't get those delays, which shouldn't result in things backing up. I think that should be fairly optimal, and I think the speed boost will be nice as well. What the heck? What are we gonna do with that? I mean, I guess we can run these yellows in for the time being. I don't love that. Let's see what happens. We just have so far to go. So far to go. Past 1500 though. I feel like this motorway here and not getting the blues trapped behind the train could be a useful exercise, but we'll see here. Bridge and 20 or 30 road tiles. Let's take the bridge and 20, I guess. And demand is hopping. Everything is very, very busy. Can we actually, I don't know if that is useful. I guess we might pull those yellows out. Oh, this green. Can I not actually, let's go and take, oh, okay. Well, we'll just keep you connected. So I can't use this. Can I take it this way? No. I cannot use that green. That is annoying. We're over 1800. We're almost at 1900. We're getting super backed up though. Road tiles. Let's pause for a second. Pause, 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 pause. I can at least feed in there. Don't have any bridges. Let's feed that in there. Are we going to be toast again over here, or are we getting enough through? Curious. What if we didn't do that? What if we went up this way? I don't think it really changes anything. Over 2000. Yeah, we're toast now because this is going to, I don't think we ever ran houses to that. I don't think we saw it pop in to 2036. I moved us into the top 56. I have to say, not super thrilled with that score, but we are going to, we'll wrap it up there for today. We're going to come back to this, but next time we'll move on to Moscow, and we'll see how Moscow looks like it's the opposite end of the spectrum. Score is much lower, should be interesting to see. But, that was New York City and Mini Motorways. We managed some improvement in our scores, but definitely still some room to improve in the future. Now, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. And thank you very much for watching. We will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.